Hello, good people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I have already finished two videos, but I want to do a bonus video. So this is about related to fragrance game, but I would like to share a few thoughts with you from my journey. And this is mostly for the people who are new in the game and also beginners. In a way, not to say offend you to say that you're beginner, you are noob. No, but when you start of the game, you see a lot of things that will excite you. We've always been there. We have been there when you started the journey. So I would like to share a few experience from my past, my mistakes, and then what I learned, how I loved, how I learned, and then also I would like to say how it is now. So and how you should perhaps look at fragrance game. I get a lot of questions. First of all, I'll answer this question that yesterday I did review on Bin Shaik. I think that's the perfume right there. Okay, Bin Shaik by Ahmed Al Maghribi. Yeah. So this is what my top number one Ahmed Al Maghribi perfume right now. So yesterday someone commented that how do you get good push out of it? I did not get beast mode. Lathani was more. So this is what I said. This is the game. This is how it is. Sometimes you'll get good push from a perfume. Some perfumes will not get good push because maybe due to your skin chemistry or your formulation of the bottle or maybe your seasons or weather. I share what I feel. Sometimes it may not match yours, but it doesn't mean I'm lying, because some fragrances maybe it worked better on me, right? So sometimes some people told me CK1, or Polo Blue is a beast on them. Clinique's Happy. One guy told me Clinique's Happy is a 8 hour on them, and I never got even 2 hours from Clinique's Happy because that's a very light fragrance. So that happens. So maybe it's a different batch. Okay. Second question I often get asked is like, you like most of your fragrances. Why do you always like everything? I answered this before, but hear this if and you judge if it makes sense to you. I am one reviewer. I started buying my fragrances, collecting, decanting, and then I use and I started reviewing because I felt this the whole process made me happy. I never had any sponsorship. I never had anybody giving me free perfumes, maybe one and here and there, but out of my whole collection, whole journey, maybe 5% or less. This is the kind of fragrance I receive, and I'm very thankful for it. It makes your life easier. And I have one fragrance review coming up soon that was sent to me all the way from Dubai. I'm still testing it. It's somewhere there. Okay, new house. But when I buy my perfumes, I sort of always do thorough research, and I see if it's gonna work out on me, and if like the notes look interesting, how other people are liking it, and then I try it on my skin. If I like it, then I buy it. So I usually always will buy something that is like I would like, and then something very popular, always safe. So if I buy something, I'm never gonna buy something that's trash to me, or I'm never gonna use it. I hate it. I hardly bought fragrances like Gucci Guilty Absolute. I never loved it. I got it because it was discontinued. So maybe like again 5 or 3% of my collection is like that. But when I review someone else's bottle, like they give me, and that's it, not my bottle. So I can like it, may not like it. So I give you honest opinion as usual. But there is the chance of being liked or not liked, right? But most of the time you'll see positive reviews because when I buy a perfume, I know what I'm getting. Okay. So in a way, it's bad because you don't always get to see negative reviews, which is not helpful for some. Third thing I'm gonna say, the whole hype and then the recent talk is about Mark's video about sponsorship, free bottles. Why is it bad? Already did videos on that, couple of follow-ups. So you guys already know about that. But end of the day, always remember the control is in your hand. How you're gonna spend, how you're gonna be an addict or not, or how you're gonna be like a sensible guy rotation wise. You always have few number of fragrances which you always can rotate and you can see. So if you're a smart guy, then it's great. But some people, they do opt for this hobby to get out of stress, because a lot of people live alone. A lot of you are not living with a family. You have your dog, or you just sometimes you have loneliness, sometimes you have certain things that bother you, depression, you have your in darkness. So a lot of these things I know I address it, but you try to have an escape from those by having a journey or a channel, and you share your fragrance. It makes you feel better, and then communicate with a lot of people out there in the world, and then it makes you feel that you're alive, right? But if it reaches to that point that how you buy everything from each house, you buy everything, and you before you know, you have huge burden already. You have house full of fragrances. It's also bad for you. It's giving you high risk of health issues, because I told you the room I used to live in, the old room. I still go there, do videos sometimes, but I don't live there. That room has most of my fragrances, and I think every single fragrance releases some sort of chemical or gas or something like that. It keeps you unhealthy. Sometimes you feel cold all the time. Someone told me from medical side that's a bad impact on your health. This is not that many. I have maybe 50 or so, and I keep this door closed, so this is not as bad. So I sleep much more peacefully, and I can feel so many of my back pain and breathing difficulties are gone. So make sure like any addiction is bad. If you're going to be doing this fragrance game as a collector, or you're trying to get compliments, if you don't get compliments you feel depressed. And I would humbly say, wear it for your own pleasure. Whatever you wear, do not try to please others. Okay, if you're going to please everybody, like say I want a compliment base and girls don't compliment me, perhaps they don't like you. Just face the reality. When I was in university days, until I had my car, it sounds bad, but when you have a car, you actually, I don't want to say score a lot of this, but you actually get to date a lot of women because they like driving around, they like going places. But then when I was like normal, I used to play cricket and all that, I was just a normal student. I used to hang out with my friends, like we are this bunch of losers. I don't know, I just called myself that. So then like I of course met my first girlfriend and all that. That time I used to wear perfumes to show off, and then she would say, hey, your brood smells good, because it's student life, you cannot expect to have expensive perfumes, but it makes you feel good, makes you feel very manly, right? But imagine that you don't get compliments for anybody, not your workplace people, not your colleagues, not your neighbors, not even your guard. That point you'll feel like these fragrances suck. Okay, and some of you may feel offended and upset that these reviewers are lying to you. Man, reviewers are trying to make money. Okay, we are making content for various reasons. We are doing this not for free. Okay, but some of us also are trying to give you all our honest opinion as much as we can. Lucky for me that I don't work with any company, I'm not under contract, so I can actually say whatever I like. But the downside of free bottle sponsorship is that I already said, you sometimes will be bound by this law and regulation or stipulation that you cannot say whatever is in your mind. If you say a fragrance is not 9, it's 6, you will be in big trouble. And I'll tell you a sad story. One of my favorite perfume reviewers called Sebastian Zara. This guy is a gem for the fragrance community. I always say, I love this guy. He is such a wonderful soul. And he is so classy. He never gets angry or never raises his voice or fight with anybody. So this guy once, I think, reviewed a perfume which he didn't like, and that company went after him and took down his channel. That was not even personal. They took it personal and they made it personal, and then he shared the story, but he never reveal the name, but we all know which company that was. So that was very shameful. That happens because the companies are trying to make money out of it. They want to sell. If you say a fragrance is not good, it's good for customers but not good for sellers. So that time they try to unleash their anger and like wrath, I don't know what's the word, like they really like go after you. If you, let's say, you did not like a Creed perfume and you're like, this sucks, man, this is 1 out of 0, this is basically nothing, you'll not see many big reviewers doing that. Okay, they do bash other reviewers, say, hey, you're doing the clone, you're doing cheapies, but they don't ever hate on an Amouage, they never hate on a Frederic Malle, they never hate on a Creed. Most of the time they love niche perfumes, right? This is a common trend, and I am not surprised because those people maybe are biased or niche snobs like that, right? So yeah, niche snob or designer snob, anyway. So end of the day, what I'm trying to tell you is that fragrance game, take it as a hobby, and do not put your life at risk or put your life behind it like you're going to play like gambling and stuff, and you're going to put all your money savings. Don't do that. In that way, you have other options like food, hanging out with your friends, drive, your work, your friends. If you have a balanced sort of life, you can enjoy the game. I know many of my brothers, like Mushfiqur brother, he is my neighbor, lives nearby. He started reviewing for 1 year now, and he is very happy guy. He buys perfumes, he sells off, and then he buys again, and he does decanting. He's a very passionate guy, and I really respect this kind of passion. If you're going to be a reviewer, if you're going to be a user, please be patient and do not take things for granted or expect something's going to happen. It may not work out. It may not be as profitable business as you thought it would be, or you may not make so much money out of it. But if, as long as it's giving you pleasure, keep doing it. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully these little talks will help. And fragrance game, I feel from my early days, my excitement was huge. I used to buy a fragrance, I would save up, at end of the week I just go, and instead of buying a sneaker or buying expensive steak or something, I would go buy a fragrance. It made me very happy. Visiting especially Chanel's, Dior's, and you just imagine going and buying your Fahrenheit for the first time. those memories, man, is just unbelievable. Nowadays, I will admit one thing: the excitement is okay there, but I don't really like become as ecstatic like how I used to be. Like, oh wow, I have to get Burberry's London. That's my dream perfume. Hardly there are any fragrances there which I think like I really want to buy. Maybe let's say Frederic Malle, Master of Azure, or Iris Poudre, or Carnal Flower. Maybe these are in my bucket list, but hardly any fragrances get me excited unless it's a vintage, right? But when you play the game for so long, this is bound to happen. But you have to have a habit. Every morning you wake up, first thing you do is a scent of the morning and check all the group posts. That's how you know you're a frag head. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching, and keep enjoying your fragrance game and stay safe. Bye bye.